Was good with a G.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything good. Just was on Bobby Banker's show, man. Going in with them flat earth, man. That shit crazy. I don't understand it, man. They grown people still going back to this dark age ideas.
Hey, Gullah, say that last part.
I was talking about some of these dudes. I said, and people in 2023, grown men going back to these dark age ideas, man. They don't they backsliding, man. They don't know they backsliding. It's crazy.
Man, it don't even make no sense, man. It's like once you start, hey, Gullah, it's like once you start asking them about once you start asking them, is the sun and the moon different shapes? Then you start hearing the full fledged fuck.
Man, I ain't heard it all, bro. Some dude said the damn Earth was a pyramid, bro, and that the sun evolved around the Earth like a clock. I'm like, this man crazy. I said, we went back before Copernicus and shit, before how people thought before Copernicus and all that shit. I said, this dude crazy.
You doing the absolute most, bro. You doing the absolute most. But we gonna run into that. We're gonna run into that a little bit after we get this topic down, man. This damn E1B1, E1B1A, all of this other stuff like that, man. So if you could, you know what I'm saying, give me an introduction to what started all of that, and what is the base genetic marker, if I'm
Hold on,
saying it right.
give me just a minute. Let me get all my sources together.
All for kids only, but you're active, you know. You know what I'm saying? Come here to learn. Before I tell the people in the building, you know what I'm saying? About to be telling us about human migration, ancient humans, early humans, you know, all the good stuff with all of that, you know what I'm saying? About to get into these genetic markers, about to get into mixturization, about to get into pretty much nonsense, all of it. You check my sound while so yeah, that's pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. Where you
Yeah,
go.
I'm back, bro.
All right,
Okay.
big yellow. But yeah, man. So I want you to just, if you could if you can give us an overthrow of how 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 they distinguish their body, and basically the standard. I'm talking about like just an overview, and so we can understand on the beginning level.
Oh yeah, man. Well, E1B1 is a haplogroup. You know what I'm saying? It is a branch. It's one branch of E. You know what I'm saying? And this particular branch of E represents also is like when you look at a branch, it also represents its sub branches too. It's just a point of mutation or nested. You know, what I'm saying, kind of like a nested hierarchy in this haplogroup tree. You know, haplogroup markers or mutations that what I'm saying, is your sex, your sex chromosome, and it's a mutation that is passed down from when you look at the E1B1, that's a Y chromosome, that's a Y haplogroup marker, which is passed down from father to son. And the mitochondria, it has its own markers as well, and that's passed down from mother to child, whether it's female or male. You know what I'm saying? You get your mitochondria from your mother's lineage passed on and on and on. We use these markers kind of to help us with these migration, migration patterns and population histories and stuff like that, and in genetics and in anthropology. But particularly E1B1 is it come out of the mutations somewhere around East Africa. No, we don't know particularly where, but we know somewhere around East Africa, possibly around Sudan, could be the Horn of Africa, or somewhere northeast, around those regions. But it's also uh represented from its descendant lineages. So you got E1B1A and you got E1B1B or E3B. And also E1B1, which is the parent of the two, you also can call it EP2 as well. It's also called EP2 in different certain other haplogroup charts. But these markers, as we'll read, I got the wiki source right here, and it's a haplogroup EP2, also known as E1B1, is also human is a human Y chromosome DNA haplogroup. EP2 had an ancient presence in the Middle East. Presently, it is primarily disputed in Africa, where it may have originated, and occurs at lower frequencies in the Middle East and Europe. Because they saying it because it's also representing is subclass two. You know what I'm saying? It's in the Middle East because E3B is all through the Middle East, and certain other, even some other older E markers is in it is in the Middle East too. But that's from just certain groups or lineages lingering around and still maintaining, being passed on. But you also got E3B is all throughout, through the Middle East and East Africa. You can find E3B all through the Horn. It was dominant in Egypt and throughout the Sudan, mostly popularly or commonly is found through a lot of people that so happen to speak Afro-Asiatic languages. And then you got this and you got this older sibling. Hold on, just a minute. Hold on.
But Gullah going in, man. It's the weekend, man. They like, man, come on, man. We still trying to we still got some, we still got some time, we still got some time to play that. Yeah, man. That's what's going on, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
my
they say it's
kid,
the
look,
weekend, Gullah.
kicking. But yeah, man. But E1B1, E3B or E1B1B older sibling is E1B1A, and also you have E1B1C too. Which branched off, which is a close sibling to E1B1A. That E1B1C kind of like still lingered around in the east. Like you can find it still in the Amadic groups, in some areas in Sudan. But E1B1A, you can find it still in the east too. You know what I'm saying? Especially with this most basal sub branch, which is EV38, and it also is represented all throughout West Africa and Central Africa with EM2. And then you got other older you got older E markers as well, and all through West Africa too, like EM33, which is an older sibling even of the EMP2, which is E1B1. You know what I'm saying? It has other E marker branches that were still lingering around or whatever. Like you can find like the Dogon they have a lot of EM33, which is a totally different marker than EP2, which is where E1B1A and E3B come from. And let me see, even right here on Wiki, it say its origin. It say the genetic testing by Semino suggested an origin in East Africa. Both phylogeography and microsatellite variants suggest that EP2 and its derivative EM35 probably originated in Eastern Africa. Trabeto, another genetic studies in 2011, also suggest an origin in East Africa. The new topology here reported as important implications as to origins of the haplogroup EP2 using the principle of the phylogenetic personomy. The resolution of EM 215, which is also E3B or E1B1B, trifurcation in favor of a common ancestor of EM2 and EM329, which is E1B1A and E1B1C, strongly support the hypothesis that EP2 originated in East Africa as previously suggested, and the chromosome EM2, also frequently observed in sub-Saharan Africa, trace their descendants to a common ancestor present in East Africa. Just showing you that even the majority of West African men, you know what I'm saying, or people, a lot of people that speak Niger Congo language today, they had ancestors, particularly male ancestors that migrated to the West from East Africa. Me particularly, for my research, probably somewhere around a little bit before the Neolithic Revolution. Before the right before the green phase or during the green phase. Uh, and then the green phase of the Sahara.
Can you give me a time period on the Neolithic that you were talking about?
The Neolithic starts around at least around 14,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Or 14,000. Say somewhere around 14,000 to 15,000 BC. Somewhere around there. Some people, some started at 20. Somewhere in that range between 20, 15 to 14. You know what I'm saying? Thousand.
Hey, Gullah, these are Homo sapiens, right?
Yeah, these are modern humans like us. These modern humans like us at this time period, like more gracile. These ain't even the Tyrian culture. Like even before you even get to Homo sapien, you had pre like Homo sapien, like an archaic phase where we were still kind of crude and still archaic, like even though we were still modern human, like the find that you find in Morocco of Jebel Jahud. He was a modern human, but he was archaic modern human. He wasn't as gracile as later humans, what I'm saying, that came a little bit later, somewhere around 100,000 years ago.
I got you, boss.
Yeah, hold on, let me just yeah. That kind of sums it up. Like you find us all throughout, what I'm saying, our parents come from East Africa. Even the
So when we doing, my bad, you got it.
no, I'm saying like East Africa was a different place, so during that time too. You had different people. This ain't the same cultures and stuff like that you see today. People be quick to say, "Oh, we did come from Egypt," or said, or what I'm saying, we just came from those Sudanic areas. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no titles on the places at the time or nothing like that.
All right, so let me ask you this, Gullah. So when we look at when we look at where I'm not gonna say there was markers created outside of Africa that came back into Africa that created new markets, correct?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You talking about out of EP2 particularly, or E1B1 particularly.
Yeah, either one particularly because I'm trying to get to the like the people lightening up.
Oh, the people getting lighter. Oh shoot, hold on. Let me show you something. Hold on. Let me see if I can show. Let me see if I show. I'm gonna look up a source real quick. But people start getting lighter. Like when you're dealing with the lighter skin, you dealing with different OCA markers, which is different variations of albinoism. Uh, you know what I'm saying, due to certain genes being activated, like particularly the gene that you see in like most people that are like European people, Middle Easterns, or uh it's SLC. And then even in East Asia, they have a whole different mutation, the SLC mutation, that make them lighter, so lighter skin, or some variations of OCA. But even that lighter tone, uh, it wasn't, the gene or the allele come from Africa, but like it expressed itself somewhere around like the Middle Eastern area, around the Caucasus, like the southern Caucasus in the Middle East. But different people, different people group, spread the gene, like the Neolithic farmers, they spread it all throughout Europe. So even before the Mesolithic era, somewhere around they migrated to Europe somewhere around 7,000 to 8,000 years ago.
Okay, okay.
But I'm finna look up a source to show you what I'm saying, about the lighter skin and stuff like that, what I'm saying. But them genes, like them, what I'm saying, it depends on, what I'm saying, because different markers, like, what I'm saying, would has something to do with them people too, because that different people mixed in, and what I'm saying, and got that gene latched on to they, what I'm saying, to their gene pool. Like sometimes like E3B, like even the E3B markers, like a lot of them, what I'm saying, they amalgamated and mutated into, Middle East and certain areas like that.
Got you. Hey, brother Kendrick, you probably got to come out and come back in. It's not letting me add you to the screen. You probably got to come out and come back in. All right, Gullah. So when you explain, how would you explain how would you explain the the beginning of it? Like, how would you explain the migration? Does it all start in East Africa, like you said, and migrate um like widespread, or do it start in East Africa and then it goes out of Africa and then it's just getting different spots being populated across the world, creating new markets. How would you explain that?
Hold on. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm finna show you this map. Hold on.
Oh yeah, hey, my bad, Gully. You said you about to show me your source. My bad. Yeah, Brother Kendrick, you can come back in. It wouldn't let me add you to the screen, so just try to come back in. Gullah, man, they trying to tire y'all out, man. They trying to tire us out.
Can you see the screen?
No, I can't see the thing.
You know. Hold on. I'm gonna do it to share it again. Hold on. Can you see it now? Can you see it?
No, I can't see it, bro. Let me know on my laptop. I probably could pull it up. I probably you send me the option to it, right? Gullah, you sending me the option to it?
No, I was gonna tell you to look up why haplogroup map. It's gonna be a map. It's gonna link you to like a wiki map, but it's gonna be like a map with all different colors on it.
I'm about to
Hey, Gullah.
Yeah.
I'm about to.
Hey, you
You
want
wanted me to share my screen, or you was gonna do it?
I want you to mine's acting right. It's like an echo too.
Sound better? Yeah, I gotta
It's
get up
still like
out.
an echo.
All right.
whoo, it sounds better, Gullah. Damn. You can hear me right?
Yeah. Sound way better.
I thought I was in the matrix, goddamn.
Yeah,
Nah,
it is.
I got the map. I got the map right here. Is this the map you're talking about?
Yeah, that map right there. Yeah.
I'm following you.
No, could you can't you could you share it?
All right, give me 1 second. I'm about to do it right now.
Share screen. Yeah. All right, can you hear that?
Yeah, I can see it. You got the echo going too now. I don't know because you got the two two links up or what, but it's like an echo.
Ooh. Oh, what's Hey, Gullah, man, I can't. Hey, hold on. Stop sharing. Let me get the hell.
All right, you good?
Yeah.
I think you want me to find the third picture.
Like could you like zoom in a little bit on Africa? Yeah, hold on, just a minute. Give me just a minute. Hold on.
I need a goddamn blunt now, man. I need me a goddamn blunt now. I got damn sick in this trash. I was going through the goddamn verbalization. I need you roll me a goddamn blunt. You see the map of Africa right there. You see all the monsters. See that there, I need it, bro.
Yeah, I'm back, bro.
All right, you got it, bro.
Yeah, now you can kind of like see a visual what I'm saying. Like got the arrows, different migration patterns. Even on the map right here, you can even see what a star is all the way to the in the west. You see A00 and A0. That marker was found in the Cameroon with the like with archaic humans. It's the same marker that probably Jabel Jahud would have had in Morocco. And that's them some of the oldest markers, the A markers. Then you see the B, B2 and different B markers. That's a lot of the pygmy, the pygmy people have those markers, like the Hadza, even some of the Nilo-Saharians, they say have like Nilo-Saharians are just as old as the Khoisan. You know what I'm saying? They got those A markers. You know what I'm saying? Some of them got early E's too. Because a lot of the Nilo-Saharians are like the most, like, for us, the northern, like North Africans, like the Northern African populations, even before you even get to Niger Congo, even before you have Afroasiatic, you had like proto Nilo-Saharian groups. They the more older basal populations. And even them early E's, even before you get E, you see out here in the East, you see the CFDE, which is CT. Some people call it CT. E came off of that, D came off of that, the C markers, even the F markers. The F markers is kind of like the markers that branched off like everybody else, like in Eurasia, like from F, you get FG, IJ, IJLT, all them different markers come off of F. You know what I'm saying? Even down the line, even R, come off of F. And then C always kind of stayed within like that southern equatorial migrations into Asia and into the Americas, like going in and out.
Hey, real quick, brother. So when you going by the say with the alphabet, going from A to R or A to Z, is that the earliest going to the youngest from A B C?
Yeah, that's the yeah. Yeah, and then when you dealing with mitochondrial DNA, that's a whole nother different map. You start with the L. You start with L with the mitochondria.
Okay. So so we pull this map out a little bit and go to the United States. Where the hell I'm supposed to be going, brother?
You said what now?
This United States right here?
Yeah. That's the United States.
The word, the word got me there. So, so when we talk about these key markets, who they explain?
Well, them Q markers come out of East Asia. You know what I'm saying? Them the same. They share. Even if you go looking over to the Asian side, you can see the Q markers out of Mongolia, Siberia. Some places in China, and you
So
see them
these,
C mark. You see the C markers as well. You know what I'm saying? Migrating, but don't get it mixed up. Like, what I'm saying, like, these markers can go into any populations, but we just know, like, what I'm saying, it might be more common in one population coming from where the base common ancestor is. But these they interchange and go into different populations too. And mix and match with different mitochondrial DNAs as well.
so they trying to right here. They trying to explain the Indians.
Yeah, these are Native American populations.
So
Then you can see,
what would
and
be
I
the
don't say.
newest? My bad, you got it, brother.
No, I don't say. And two, you can see up there that R1B from when some of the Scandinavians or Vikings had contact with the Native Americans even before Columbus up in Greenland.
I just want to see, cause I just want to. We can clearly go from Africa to America. You know what I'm saying? And we got our good speakers, and they specifically describing these indigenous people, right?
Yeah, the indigenous populations before before Columbus, when any all that, like you know this represent the migrations of the founders of the Americas. Where they came from, what I'm saying, where they traveled from. And you can still see like some of the markers that they share, like what I'm saying, the other branches of the market that they share, what I'm saying, that's in East Asia and all throughout, yeah, Asia or whatever.
So in other words, from what this map is saying, ain't no goddamn black Indians, ain't no goddamn Moors, no indigenous black folks everything here. That's what this DNA. That's what the map saying, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. It ain't none of that. You don't find no E markers or none of that, what I'm saying, in the Americas until after this transatlantic slave trade.
So when you go to South Africa, um, you speak a little bit about this.
Oh yeah, when you looking at the South African part, the earliest people that was there, they had them A2s and A3s. When you see them E3A, E3A, them E1B1A markers, what I'm saying, coming from the Niger Congo part, that represent the Bantu expansion. But that was more recently, before then, you had the different, Khoi San, different hunter gatherers spread throughout the different southern areas. And you had probably more numerous of what I'm saying, the Twa, or the what they call the pygmy people, and the Hadza, the Hadza groups.
Real quick, Gullah. So the Nilotic, the Corey saying that he's one of the earliest Homo sapiens sapiens.
Yeah, they some of the earliest groups. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say they the earliest, but they old. Like they, what I'm saying, they real basal. You had, so of course you had, groups before them, but they some of the original groups that branched off, so some of the original populations. Some just went in different directions and mutated in different ways, what I'm saying, due to ecosystem. You can see, like, what I'm saying, even, of course you have an out of Africa, migration, but you could see, like, even with throughout Africa, you had different, what I'm saying, different migrations, different people found in different areas of Africa mutating and becoming, what I'm saying. You see the diversity all throughout the continent itself, what I'm saying, the different people groups overlapping, what I'm saying, overlapping older ancient groups, what I'm saying. You have newer groups. Like the E's not like, how people like, oh, what I'm saying, we the original people, what I'm saying. Them Niger Congo people, bro, them people ain't that old, ain't as old as the Khoisan and some of the Nilo's Aryan population. Like they got E, that E ain't as old as A, and them B's, what I'm saying. Even, some of the CT markers or D markers that was around first.
So when you say Corey saying, when you say Corey saying, are these people still here to this day?
Yeah, they still here. They still here. The hunter gatherers of South Africa.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them of course are amalgamated, with, modern populations. Even when some of the Bantus migrated there, a lot of the people, what I'm saying, intermingled and the marry with, some of the Bantu populations, like even the what they call it, Xhosa, what I'm saying, with the it's XOSOA. Even in the Wakanda movie where they speaking that Xhosa, what I'm saying, language. Those clicks in their language come from the Khoi, what I'm saying, Khoi people, them Bantus, and they mix it with them Khoi people. Even when you look at Nelson Mandela, you could see it. You could see it in his face, like, what I'm saying. He a Bantu brother, but you could tell he got that Khoi, what I'm saying, that Khoi saying mixed in, what I'm saying, through his, what I'm saying, somewhere down his gene pool.
All right, so let's get into Egypt. You know what I'm saying? It's a big. You got T-Tex, man. Uncle T-Tex crazy. He said that there were no basically that there were no black people in Egypt, and the E3B1, they like from me looking at the goddamn, that's the same brown, huh?
Yeah, it's brown. It's brown, but it ain't brown like significant, like the going like based on the color groups. 'Cause you know what I'm saying? If you really think about it, race when it wasn't no really no race, just people. You know what I'm saying? Different people had specific, certain group, looked a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Certain populations, they had certain, certain traits. You know what I'm saying? Certain phenotypes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it variated. Like
I wasn't talking about, I wasn't talking about that specifically. I was talking about how you could see the Pacific looking just like the you get what I'm saying, same color. On this map right here, they're the same, they're the same color on the map. You see the same.
which one you talking about? The E3? You talking about E3B1 or Egypt at?
Right, right,
Yeah, and you can see they share the same paternal lineage with the Cushitic groups, like the Somalians and the Habesha groups in the Horn of Africa.
right. So, all right, you got it.
No. I was listening to what you were saying. What was your question about it?
So I was basically saying from the they got the E3B1 marker in Egypt and with the Egyptian people and the Hasidic people. So they're basically saying that those people look alike.
I mean, yeah, they could. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what population they attach themselves to. You know what I'm saying? Like E3B, you know what I'm saying, varies. Like even when you see E3B2, that's still part of E3B, you know what I'm saying, going to the Berbers. You know what I'm saying? All the people, you know what I'm saying, they have the same paternal lineage. Even when they get to go into like the Amazigh groups, even though they lighter, they still have phenotypical features, you know what I'm saying, with the people in Somalia and you know what I'm saying, the Habesha people, even though they're a little darker, they still have this sort of trait that they have, you know what I'm saying, for its phenotypes, for this alkaline type of feature. You know what I'm saying? Even some of the cultural traits and the language is similar. Some of the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? They is, in a mix with different mitochondria populations, you know, throughout, you know what I'm saying, Africa.
So, so if the average, let's say the average black person in America, he do his DNA test, it's gonna say E1A, what is it gonna say?
Well, you said what now?
My bad. I said if the average black person do his DNA, what is it gonna say? E1A.
Yeah, most gonna say E3A, or sometimes it might say EM 30 EM 33 too, where you see E1A at. You know what I'm saying? E1A is an older E. You know what I'm saying? Outside of EP2 or E1B1. You know what I'm saying? That you can find that a lot in the Dogon and even sometimes in the Fuller, because even some of the Fuller people, you know what I'm saying, mixed with different groups. But some of them early E's represent a branch of some Nilo-Saharan groups that was around, you know what I'm saying, during that time. Like all them E's, like from the Afroasiatics, early Afroasiatic speaking E, you know what I'm saying, which the oldest Afroasiatic languages are Modic. And then you know what I'm saying, and then you have, like, the early proto Kadofian groups, which is the early Niger Congo groups. all them groups came from some type of early Nilo-Saharan group that was around. You know what I'm saying? The Nilo-Saharan group that you see now are just living on. You know what I'm saying? Passing, they just survive. You know what I'm saying? They living on. You know what I'm saying? Still practicing that more basal ancestral group. And some of them even attach themselves to more modern things like pastoralism. Like even before, like the Cushitic groups was doing like more to like the pastoral type of activities. When not certain Nile-Saharan groups were still hunter gathering, and then they kind of attached themselves to their lifestyle and start hunter gathering too. Same thing as in the South, with some of the southern Cushitic groups start traveling south. They taught some of the Khoi or the Khoi son how to pass pastoralism. That's why I got a difference between the Khoi and the San. The Khoi or San who learned pastoralism. You know what I'm saying? They learned it from the Southern Cushitic group. Yeah, because the Nilo-Sahareans they didn't start picking up pastoralism until at least around 13,000 years ago at the beginning of the Neolithic. You know what I'm saying? Getting introduced to it by their Cushitic neighbors.
Okay. So so when people say there were no black people in Egypt, that's more so of a time frame thing, or is that more so of a they just never looked like us? Period. When I say look like us, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, what's that?
I say it always was a mixture. You know what I'm saying? Because you had Nile-Saharan groups up there, you had Cushitic groups up there, but Cushitic groups like even them today, like Somali, a lot of Somalis wouldn't consider they know how dark they wouldn't consider themselves black for real. They're like, I'm Somali, you know what I'm saying? I am who I am. You know, they don't really got that racial construct put on them like that. They can still go back to who they tribe is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you did have them groups up there, like there was like Cushitic groups like the Bija. You know what I'm saying? The Bija represent the early Afro-Asiatic speakers that was in that area. You know what I'm saying? Uh they I ain't gonna say they just like it's just like looking at them is like looking at a window of the early ancestors that split off between the two groups. You get northern Eritreic groups, which is the Egyptian early Semitic speakers and the early Chadic speakers. Those in the early Amazigh speakers, they would have probably looked like something like a proto-Cushitic population. You know what I'm saying? When I say Cushitic, I mean like groups like the Bija, Somali, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the Habesha type people that you would see in the Horn of Africa or the Afar types. You know what I'm saying? These tall, dark dudes, slender faces. You know what I'm saying? They have wavy, the curly hair, and them dudes too. They mixed with a even before you had the lighter skin Eurasians back migrated in, mixing. You had an early basal Eurasian groups that migrated in the mix with them people around 30 to 20,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And they probably would have looked like a more Dravidian or Bedouin type people of Southern Arabia. You know what I'm saying? Looking like the same people in India, mixing in with them groups even before you had lighter skinned groups, you know what I'm saying, them mutated later on, so migrating over time.
Oh, shit. So so what does the E stand for? What does the H? Does these things stand for something or not?
You said the D?
Um, the letter E or the A, do they stand for something or not?
No, that's just the marker, so it's just the marker, it's how I go in order in the tree. You know what I'm saying? Just based on alphabetical order, you know what I'm saying? How they branch it and map it out.
Okay, so if you was to if you was to tell the youth they need to look into these type of people, because like you right, you know what I'm saying? When we say black, we really westernized and we really social construct and shit that don't even move like that. Like we tribal. You right. So if you was to tell, know what I'm saying, a 10-year-old or a high school-year-old that's gonna watch this video in 5 years, um, who they people is, who they need to look into specifically, and who is the most coolest, know what I'm saying, tribe on the motherland, know what I'm saying? What would you tell them? So who would they need to look into and who the coolest, like who the flyest niggas on the land?
I mean, me personally, I get a little biased with that because the Africans that we come from Niger Congo speakers. You know what I'm saying? Niger people. You know what I'm saying? I look at them as some of the fly people than me, but I still like other groups too. I still get other groups they fly with shit. I like groups outside of Africa too. You know, I study shit outside of Africa, like Southeast Asia. Shit, I like I like shit in Russia. Shit, I like the history of Russia. You know, shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But like before it's me, like I'm like I love the Niger Congo culture. I love to be part of that culture. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For as a young African American, you know what I'm saying? I tell them look towards Niger Congo culture for their roots, and you can also do a good comparison with our own culture as a continuation of that culture.
Nah, real shit, real shit. So yeah, man, we about to go and get up out of here. Let me stop saying this thing real quick.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna
Hey,
start.
Gullah,
I'm gonna start. I
you
just got a new job too.
you
So I just got a new job, so I got a little bit more free time too. So I'm gonna start back my show on Fridays too, and start doing my thing and get more detail with it. And you always free to come on my show as well, bro.
overstood, man. You know it's good. Hey, bro, you a real one. Know what I'm saying, my boy? You hear the daddy duties, my boy, a real one. But I appreciate you taking the time out, bro. Fuck with you.
For sure, man.
Already, Gullah. Till next time, man. Take it easy, boss. Tell the
Peace
kids I
out.
said, hey, man.
Yeah, peace out, man. Stay safe, stay dangerous, man. Yeah, I got all my kids. I got all the kids this week. And my wife on a cruise with her mama and her grandma and shit. So I got all the kids by myself. You hear me?
Uh, oh man, it's daddy daycare.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got it in order. I got four of my kids and I got two dogs in this.
Already, man. All right, Gullah, man. Appreciate you, boss. Thank you for your time, bro. Real talk.
All right, peace out, man. Anytime, brother.
Yeah.